the edges, but she wiped dampness from her eyes. "Hi, Graham." "Hello, sweetie." She sniffled. "We never know when you'll pop into town. I like for my visits to be surprises." "They always are." Chicken Boy stood beside us, watching. I handed him a tip, and he lumbered off. Kat's hand brushed russet hair off her face, and I noticed that even with no makeup, her cheekbones stood out like her daddy's. Her nose remained slim like her mom's. She had forest green eyes and had sprung up much taller than my 5 feet 2 inches. Her once budding curves now blossomed beneath a blue shirt and navy slacks. My grandchild had grown into a slender young woman, one with striking beauty. "It's always great to see you, Graham, and that was really sweet." She nodded to indicate the boy heading for his truck. "But I doubt if I'll be graduating near the top of my class." My stomach clenched. How could things have changed so much so soon? "Come on in," Kat said. She led the way through the living room that appeared dark, even with sunlight falling through lace curtains. Her tennis shoes squeaked on the polished wooden floor, and my mules made a sucking noise through the space that still felt like a shrine. Framed pictures of the dead lined the walls and tops of shiny tables, strangling life from the room. Each picture showed my daughter-in-law, Nancy, excited about life. She had been dead 2 years. I lifted a snapshot of her on a swing in a playground. She always looked so happy. Kat nodded, her face somber. We walked off to the kitchen filled with the scent of roasting meat. "Sit down, Graham. I'll just be a minute." She opened the broom closet door, and I sat at the table. Mauve curtains hung in the bay windows, and a cheerful print with skinny piglets rimmed the walls. At least the kitchen retained Nancy's spirit. She'd had a knack for lifting people's moods. Her laughter was a salve for my son. She created a nurturing life for Kat. But Nancy needed a new heart, and nobody had died in time to give her one. She would have wanted Kat laughing now. A squat ceramic pig with a smirk sat in the center of the table. I lifted his head and grabbed a cookie. Homemade chocolate chip, and still slightly warm. I shut my eyes and savored warm, melting chocolate, the experience involuntarily making me think of Gil Thurman. He'd often baked these after we had a tumble in bed, his special treat to say, "Love you, Cealie." I shrugged away thoughts of him and watched Kat. "When the doorbell rang, I dropped the salt," she said. Using a broom and a dustpan, she attacked the spilled salt and its box on the floor. Before I could offer to help, she scooped up the mess and put everything away. Steam bubbled from pot covers on the stove, and Kat scurried to lower the heat. She yanked covers from the pots, releasing aromas that made my stomach growl. "The water almost boiled out of the potatoes I planned on mashing." She was cooking real mashed potatoes. No wonder she'd been so upset. Kat tried to do everything, and she did it perfectly. "Come, sit and relax," I said, recalling a major lesson I'd learned from maturity. The constant attempt for perfection caused stress. Learning life's lessons was one of the few positives I'd gleaned from aging. Kat settled beside me, and I said, "What happened? Your grades were always terrific." Her gaze shifted to the table. "A problem just changed everything." "Problem? Well, I doubt I could help with most of your honors classes, but I was pretty good in some subjects." I thought about pulling out the papers I'd shoved into my purse. I'd brought one of my high school report cards and my college transcript, thinking Kat would laugh while comparing her grades to mine. Math had given me some problems, so did some of the sciences. I didn't think she had difficulty with any subject, but this didn't seem the right time for trying to get